Bezrat Hashem, we're back at the Limud. But Knesset HaKadosh, Bet Midrash, Rabbi, what is it? David Chai? And whose name is David Chai? What is that?
David Chai?
That's his father's name?
I don't know. It's a good question.
I don't know. Anyway.
I think it was the rabbi's father's name.
Yeah, okay. Bezrat Hashem, we're back on Thursday night, which is the 9th. We're already going into the 9th of the month of Shvat, which is going to be the 6th day of the week of Parashat Shabbat B'Shalach, Bezrat Hashem. B'Shat Matzliach. We're going to continue in Hilchot Netilat Yadayim. So today we're going to discuss this whole concept of washing hands, because your hands are going to be something that was touching a fruit or whatever it is. Let's see. Siif Dalet B'Chavot Rabbi Zohar. Number Dalet. Numero Dalet.
On the bottom?
No, Halacha.
On top. Im ochel davar.
Lo ochel. Ochel.
Ochel.
Yeah, ochel means the food. But ochel means the food. Ochel means you're eating. So im ochel davar.
Spell the same?
Spell the same. That's why
Im ochel davar שתבולו באחד משבעה משקים.
Yeah, if you're going to be eating something that's soaked in the following 7 liquids, those liquids will render your hands to become tameh, meaning will take the fruits, the liquid that's on the fruit, will take from your hands. The Chachamim will gazru. There's a whole limud over there, so maybe Mr. Berurah will bring it down. That if you are touching the fruit, what's the problem with touching a wet fruit? Tumah travels via liquid. So what happens is if you have tumah in your hands, okay, now you're touching the fruit's liquid is going to make the fruit rishon. Because what's happening is you're a rishon. Your hands are rishon. So whatever you touch is going to be what? Automatically sheni. So first tumah. So we have Ava Tuma, right? Then we have Aviavot, Ava Tuma Rishon. So my hands are Rishon. So when I'm touching something, it becomes Sheni. Sheni touching something, it becomes Shlishin in Truma, right? So this whole element. So, but the fruit, Chachamim Gazru, that if it's a wet fruit, when you touch it, that's why bread, by the way, people don't notice this. Every time you wash your hands, Ben Ish Chai says we have at least approximately 16 seconds from washing to the Birkat Hamazon, approximately. So he's saying Mizmor and the whole Zach over there. But what are you using? What are you utilizing the 16 seconds for? So the most important element is to dry your hand 1,000%, not 100%. Some people make only Netilat Yadayim, as they go, and the hands are a little bit moist, and the whole thing. It's no good. If your hands are moist, you are transferring tumah to the fruit, to the bread, which is bread in this case, because your hands are tameh. Now you made a bread, rishon the tumah, and you're eating a tumah. All those elements, even though they don't apply today because we're all tmamet, but again, as we already noticed, that Mishnah Berurah pointed out to us that there is gonna be a rebuilding of Beit HaMikdash, and every second you have to do what? Prepare for Biyat Tzedek. You have to be ready to. Yaakov, поставьте mute, пожалуйста. Что такое там у вас? Excuse me, Yaakov, plus mute. Okay, he did. Okay. He's Tzaddik. He wants to learn, but he's on the road or something. Okay. Anyway, so what is the best way I could show to Hashem? It says that one of the questions, Tzipita v'chikita liyeshua, did you wait Mashiach every second? It's a chovah. One of the first few questions that will be asked of us when we go to the next world. So it has to be that you have to answer. So what's the best element of saying the answer yes? You were meticulous in washing your hands properly. You were meticulous to eat fruit. You were meticulous to eat any food. You make sure your hands are 100% done. So Ben Ish Chai says you have to wipe your hands very much. So when I walk, right, I say Mizmor David over there. But then I got to sit down, I take a napkin, and I still wipe my hands again from the towel, because towel has a one element, napkin has a different, more drier element, and that's what I do before I make a motzi. And also another important concept, since we mentioned 16 seconds approximately, according to Ben Ish Chai, the one who makes bracha berkat hamotzi should make washing the less. Not that he washes and then he sits over there like I don't know what, and while they're making all the noise and everything. My room, my house, I say that people, ladies, wash first. Ladies go, they wash, they sit down, men, go up, 1, 2, 3, make a bracha. No playing games.
That's the proper minhag.
Okay, very good. I'm very happy for you. Okay, Baruch Hashem.
Woman first, because they cannot speak out.
Oh, good. That's the best. All right. It ain't gonna happen anyway. It doesn't work because now they learn. They come to me and they say, "Okay, Tashi, we talk. What happens after we talk? Today already nobody says we don't have to wash hands. Not allowed to talk, but we don't wash hands again. So my house is a battle, constant battle. You know. No talking. Yeah. Okay. Good. You gonna tell girls not to talk? Good luck. I'm living right now with most of the girls in my house. The boys, one in the army, one is making money somewhere. I don't know. Okay. So this is what we're talking about. So Allah says, if you're eating anything that has those 7 liquids, the following 7 liquids, and it's kedai to learn the 7 liquids because now you're going to be meticulous and you're going to be more aware of it. Yad, shesimanam, says Shulchan Aruch, continue, shesimanam.
Shesimanam, yad,
shachat, dam.
Shachat, dam.
Dam. So this is the siman. In order for you to remember, many times the analogy is made, many times the Chachamim make like an abbreviation, and it's called the Siman. In the Gemara, you see it all over the Shas. So it's called Yad Shachat Dam. What does Yad Shachat Dam stand for? It stands for the following. The Ainu. Yud stands for, in the brackets, read it.
Oh, the Ainu, Yain.
Please say what I said. Yud stands for Yain.
Yud stands for Yain.
Yes.
Dalet stands for Dvash.
So Yain is what? Wine. Dvash is honey.
Shin stands for Shemen.
Shemen. Chet.
Shemen is oil.
Oh, shemen is oil, yes.
Chalab.
You eat what? What do you eat? You have a lot of salads you eat with oil today, right? Olive oil, whatever. Chalab, you're eating milk product with milk. Anything that has milk in it.
What's tal in this case? Chalaf tal.
Tal is dew.
Dew.
If you come out, this is what happens, like this, gentlemen. As long as the fruit is attached to the ground, the rain comes, whatever you want, doesn't affect it at all in reference to tumah. It doesn't become tameh, ever. Meaning while it's connected to the ground, because the davar chashuv is connected to the adama. The adama does not carry tumah. Okay, so that's why one of the, what's his name? If let's say a person was killed on that land, and the body was removed already, all the elements of tumah was removed, the body, the skin, and the whole zach. You're standing at the adama, you're not tameh, because adama does not mikabel tumah.
So we can go to cemeteries, Kohanim.
1 second. That's a different element. That's already designated for the dead person. Met tofeset mekomo. As long as he's there. But if he's there, if you move it once, that's it. Khalas, he doesn't have tumah. Otherwise,
Place of dead people.
yeah. Okay. Even if dead people died and you removed it, not a problem. The makom chashuv, the earth is so important that it does not mekabel tumah. So therefore, anything that's attached to it, it does not mekabel tumah. However, the moment that you picked it, what did you do when you pick it? You put it in the baskets and you load up the truck, right?
Don't leave it hanging. It's not. You can do nothing. Yana.
No, anybody needs food for Shabbat, they could take it from it. So it's a charity fund for the food. Anybody needs it, they could take it. That's the truth. That's why I leave it there.
Don't leave it like that. Somebody's just.
Azakabaruch, right? Azakabaruch. Anyway, that's the point. The point is that so what happens is you put it in the baskets and they put it on the truck. Sometimes it stays in the truck overnight. What happens every night? What happens every night in the street? Every morning you wake up, there's always dew. There's not going to be ever a day without dew. Never happened. Never will happen. The dew, the world needs to run on dew. That's its oil. The world, the mechanics of the world needs dew. Is the Gemara in Masechta? Tani told us that, right? You remember that, right? Okay, Baruch Hashem. Anyway, dew has to be there also. So now, if you have dew on a fruit and you touch it, that's also, you need to wash your hands. And what else? Mayim.
Dam, mayim.
Mayim. Dam, blood. Even if it's blood. Who eats blood? Which blood are you allowed to eat? That blood? What do you mean no one? Who taught you that?
No.
Who told you nobody eats blood?
No,
Which blood we are allowed to consume? Come on!
Fish.
Fish blood, very nice. Fish blood is allowed to be consumed. So that fish blood, if you come to the element of fruits, and on the fruit, whatever a person that makes a dish out of it, whatever it is, he has to wash his hands if the fruit has that fish blood still on it. Because now, if you touch that fruit, the tumah will transfer into that fruit via the blood of the fish that you just touched that's on it.
We always
Continue.
say fruit, but it's fruit and vegetables.
Yeah, anything. When I say any food,
Just like
any, like so
salad
the
and-
bread, I just told you bread, which has nothing, none of those elements, right? Still, even bread. Continue below.
Bread is wet. Also need to wash hand. Well, bread either way you need to wash hand. Did I miss something?
I just told you the bread will transfer your tumor into the bread if you don't wipe your hands properly. Oh, he probably he spaced out. That's
I was
that's
still
the
thinking.
excuse.
I was still thinking about Dam and mine.
It's whoa, wait a second. We said it before that. He's getting.
We're reviewing.
No, I'm saying Zohar. We just please stay here. Stay with us.
I'm not
He's already home. He told me he's
Spaced
going
out
home.
half the time.
He's already home.
Just space good.
He's like, oh, I have to take care of this girl. Do you read them stories before you put them to bed? As you put them to bed.
I try something.
Yeah, why not take the stories? You know who's the best way? Marcus Lehman. Marcus Lehman's books in English. I do that to my kids. I did that. I loved it. You put them to bed and you read 5-10 minutes, whatever, a paragraph. And they go to sleep with that. Marcus Lehman's books, the best. The best of the best.
All stories?
Yeah, he not just stories. He has a book on Rabbi Akiva. He has a book on Shas. He has a book on medieval times. He has a book on many different Yosel. This rabbi. He was in the 1800s. He was a very big big writer.
Lehman?
Yeah, Marcus Lehman, Rabbi Marcus Lehman. Yeah, tzaddik. He was a mamish nistar, and he was a very choshev. Choshev eat. Marcus Lehman. I probably have most of his books. Most of his books. Okay. Anyway, Velot nit nagav. If you need to borrow books from me, you can come to me anytime you want. Anytime, any book you want. Yeah, I've read Rabbi Akiva's story about my kids many times. They love it.
Yeah, the rooster and the.
No, Rabbi Akiva. There's the book that's called Akiva. You ever saw that green book? That's
English
it. Marcus,
or-
English. It's in English. All English. What are you going to read these kids today in Hebrew? They're going to understand nothing. Gentlemen, by the way, Shabbat night after like before Motzei Shabbat, right? Let's say after I daven Arvit with the shul that daven before, and at Rabbeinu Tam in the shul that I daven. So you would daven Arvit. I come home, and also Dash Lishit, or right after before Rabbeinu Tam, I read from English, Ben Ishchai in English, Halachot Shabbat. And they sit over there, they love it. This question, that question. Baruch Hashem. I'm telling you, it's Kedai. Continue. So if you're eating all of this, Velo nit nagav,
ולא נתנגד.
and you didn't wipe your hands, ואפילו
ואפילו אין ידיו נוגעות
במקום המשקה,
המשקה.
צריך נטילת.
צריך נטילה
בלא ברכה.
ולא ברכה.
So you have any of fruits, any vegetable, any food that you're about to touch, even though that your hand is, you're so meticulous that you're going to touch the part that does not have any of those 7 liquids that we just mentioned, right? One more time, liquid, wine, you have honey, oil, milk, dew, blood, water. It's 6 I counted. Why not? Why 6? Must be 7.
1 second. 1, 2, 3, 4.
5, 6. Yad, shachad, dam. No, it's 7.
Tal? Maybe tal?
I said dew. One more time.
No.
Wine, honey. I missed honey. Sorry. So wine, honey, oil, milk, dew, blood, and water. The 7 liquids.
You're always touching dew. How can you?
Well, not always
to touch-
dew. What do you mean you always touch and dew?
No, if it's on your food.
How much dew you see already in your life? How many times you see dew? Just on your car sometimes, and
When walking the
maybe
grass.
some
morning.
maybe
Night and in
yeah.
the morning? Yeah.
Sometimes you don't even see it. It's 99% you don't see it most of the time. You don't pay attention, whatever it is. But you have any of those elements on your food, and even if you touch the food where it's dry, says Shulchan Aruch, and if it has any of those 7 liquids on the fruit, the fruit is this big. Let's say you have apple, right? So you touch the apple on this side. Says Shulchan Aruch, no. If you want to touch this fruit that has any of those 7 liquids or your hands, must wash your hands 6 times. 6 times. The netilah, bli bracha, without a blessing, and only then you can touch this fruit.
So anytime we eat honey or butter, or not.
No, when you eat a fruit, not honey butter.
No. So if you eat honey with apple, for example, you have to wash.
Yes, that's what he's saying. Dip the apple in the honey. You have to wash your hands 6 times.
If
like
you put
that,
honey on a cracker, no.
What?
If you put honey on a cracker.
Honey and a cracker. Yes, because all those 7 liquids are involved. Anything that involves those 7 liquids.
Dip cookie in the milk.
Anything. Yeah, dip cookie in your tea, you will have to wash. Dip anything. Any liquid that you're gonna come to contact with these 7 liquids we just mentioned. Anything that you put in your mouth.
Cereal, you gotta
Wait,
wash
it's the
hands.
first time where does it say?
1 second, cereal you don't touch with your hands. I don't understand what you're saying.
Only if you touch it with your hand.
Wait.
Only if you touch with your hands. Cereal you put in your mouth, no, with your
Even if
spoon.
you have fruits in there wet.
It doesn't matter. Why should it matter?
Talk to mom.
Right.
Oh, wow.
The hand, the tumor travels
If you
from your
But
hands.
if you put honey on your pinky, right? It says it's good for memory or whatever in the morning.
Not a problem.
Not a problem.
If you eat the honey with your pinky, you're not eating a fruit. But maybe yes, because it's food also. Maybe you do have to wash. Because now, so we just said, if you're going to be mitame the honey, then the honey becomes a rishon and it's going to be mitame you. That's also could be a problem.
Where does he say everything else? Where does it say?
Shulchan Aruch.
I'm saying besides fruits and vegetables.
Any food, Habibi.
So this is the medium.
Any food.
This is the medium. These liquids.
These
these are the
7
medium.
liquids will require you, if anything that you're going to put in your mouth or touch with your hand.
So if I'm taking an olive,
But not with your mouth, you touch it with your hands.
Olive oil on the olives.
Yes.
Olive oil. So if I'm eating that olive,
More than
Oil
that.
on it,
Hold
I
on
gotta
a
wash
second.
hands.
More than that. You are right now you're fixing your refrigerator. Your refrigerator broke. None of you should know that. A refrigerator breaks now. You're going to transfer all the fruits, vegetables that is in the refrigerator. They all what happens when the refrigerator is off? They all become moist, the dew like, right? So now you're going to transfer all those into the new fridge that you bought. Is that the Hashem? Right? Now what happens? You have tameh. You tameh the fruits. You have to wash your hands before you do that. Anytime you come in contact, your hands come in contact with anything that's edible, those Siman liquids involved, you must wash your hands before them.
so
Where is going to be more
if
prevalent?
I'm washing the apple,
Wait
I
one
wash
second.
the apple with my hands.
Yeah.
So I have to dry the apple, then wash my hands with a cup. No, I'm saying no. If I dried it, I
No,
dry it.
once you dry it, it's not a problem. There's no liquid involved. What happens? Another problem with the fishing. You go on boat. You're fishing on them, right? So if your hands are tameh, the fish becomes tameh from the blood that you if it's not wet. Yeah, it's a big problem. You have to wash your hands all the time.
We're not,
Let your goat clean the fish
we're
for
not
you.
even eating that fish.
Doesn't matter. Of course
You're
you're
not eating
fishing.
it. You're not eating
You go fishing without eating?
it. No.
You're not eating it
I'm
wet.
saying.
Doesn't matter. But your hands were tameh. You touched it. Now it's become tameh rishon.
The fish.
If it's still dead, once it's dead, not while it's alive. While it's alive, it doesn't become tameh. Once it's dead, you pull it out. Now you gathered it. You went. Sometimes people go make pee-pee. They don't have to wash their hands. There's nothing to wash your hands with. Question is, can you use the salt water to wash your hands? The choronat. You can even you cannot use it as a mikveh. Maybe yes. Mikveh salt water. Just dip your hands in there. You can't take the water out. Wash your hands. Yeah. The big shilas on those things. Yeah. People that are fishing. How many times you guys go fishing?
Once
Next time you go,
every
take
10
me.
I
years.
might take it.
What? Take me fishing, guys, next time. Well, you should make like a shore fishing trip. But you have to wake up like early in the morning before nets. We have nets in the boat. I used to go for 8 hours, 10 hours. Go out there early in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning. I with all my family, all my crew, all my gang, everybody. The kids are up. 4-year-old, my daughter used to come. I'm gonna clean the fish for you. 4-year-old, rip the head off, cut it up, and clean out the guts. A 4-year-old. Baruch Hashem. Okay. Anyway. Yeah. Train them from the young age. But go fishing haram not to eat. Okay, continue. Haga, ואפילו אינו מטבל רק ראש הירק או פרי. Listen to what it says in Haga. Let's say you want to touch, you're dipping apple in the honey. And what you're doing, you're holding the apple, right? The apple is, even though it has liquid, that liquid does not make you tameh, by the way. The fruit's liquid itself does not make you tameh, which is not, we didn't mention that, right? So let's say you cut the apple and you're mamash holding it with your hands. You didn't wash your hands, no problem. The apple was dry, very nice. He says, if you're coming, says Rabban, if you're gonna go and dip the honey in the apple, a little bit, just a little edge, not you're gonna put your whole hands there. If you put your whole hand there, for sure nobody argues you have to wash your hands. Says Rama, as long as you dip it into any of those 7 liquids, anything, you must wash your hands. That was the question Leon asked. Rama says yes, you must wash it right away. Even though we said that you must wash your hands, but don't do it with the bracha. And who is this? He's mentioning in Beit Yosef, Shulchan Aruch. In Beit Yosef, I said it.
We do it on Pesach. We wash our hands before eating.
That's right. We're going to karpas. We're going to dip into salt water and we're going to wash our hands. Yeah. What?
With without a blessing.
Yeah, without a blessing, because yes. And also make sure the kapas is very small. Also, that's a different shiur. Okay, gentlemen, let's go to see if Katan Yud Aleph. You have time now, Zohar? You have to run Rosh. What time is it? Okay, we have 30 more minutes till Siyum. Let's go. Davar, what does that mean, Dalet? You're going to eat anything, shetibulo be'echad mishiva mishkin. Anything that's dipped or anything gets wet with any of those 7 liquids, you must wash your hands. Im ochel davar shetibulo. He's telling you beperush. If you're eating anything that could get wet from all those 7 liquids, so now Rabbi Berurah explains. Let's see, maybe there are some kulot. Haino afilu yarak uperot ubasar. Even meat, vegetables, fruits, or meat even. Even though there was no takana for fruits to make netilat yadayim. Over there, the fruits will not by themselves become tameh from the hands. Because the hands itself, it's secondary tumah. Okay, and it will not make fruits third tumah. Bachulin, not truma. Mashe'en can be kishetibulin b'mashke. However, if there's liquid involved, mumashke kaimalan denegiya kebayadayim metama otan miliyot tchila. So when anything that's a liquid involved, it will go what? It will go back to its original state of tchila from the beginning. Tiknu litol et hayadayim shelo itamu hamashkin al yadam v'yipsulu achar כך gam ha'ochel. What happens is, if you have liquid on your hands, the liquid becomes tameh, and that now that the liquid has the ability to make tameh at what you are about to eat, and now it's going to become tameh that you're eating tumah. Again, this is all about. Again, we're doing it now because we want to show the element of we're waiting for Mashiach any minute, because once Mashiach comes, that's going to be our life. We're going to be very meticulous. All this halachot, B'ezrat Hashem.
So this is all a chot? Like this is something we have to follow today? Because if it goes to the restaurant, do they really follow this?
Again, if you could assume most of them are goyim, and the rabbi and the mashgiach,
There's no tumah,
right? By goyim there's no tumah, and the rabbi, which is meticulous, the mashgiach is meticulous. Yeah. Okay, you'd bet. I would say something. I eat in the restaurants only because I'm forced to. What are we gonna do? If I was much healthier today, I would have my own farm and I would have my own growing food and everything. If I was much healthier, because I don't trust nothing outside today. Nothing. I'm talking to you with all the hashgachot in the world right now. Even the hashgachot already talking garbage that they're gonna allow now to eat crickets already. You heard of that? Huh? It's ridiculous what's happening out there. It's ridiculous. That's what the generation Rambam is talking about. Go live in a cave. If I was a little bit healthier, if I didn't have this problem that I got stuck with, I would be living in the cave right now. I'm telling you right now, I'm crazy. I'm that crazy. I would go live in the cave. Run away. And my family, they're all on the different side, and I cannot do anything, kimat. It used to be that I used to have 2 left hands. Now I don't have 2. Even that. What are you going to do? Okay. Yud bet, shetibulo. What does that mean, tibulo? You're dipping it. All those things that you are dipping into liquid to wash it, chashev tibulo b'mashke. Doesn't matter. Once you liquefied anything, you put anything in the liquid, it's already, even for washing. Doesn't matter what your purpose is. It becomes the mikabel tumah. בדבר שאין דרכו לטוב לו או להיות עליו משקה, אין צריך נטילת ידיים. Oh, what about cookies? Like you said. His Mishnah Berurah is clarifying. Cookies, usually people don't eat wet. You, Baruch Hashem, come from Uzbekistan. This is how we eat, right? Because Chazut, Americans. Rabbi Yonatan, when's the last time you dipped a cookie in a tea? Never. Okay, Ashkenazim don't do that, by the way. Americans don't do that. Nobody does that. It's not normal. We come from the old. Gabriel, you ever dip a cookie in a jar in a wine?
Coffee, tea?
Coffee? Never, right? We do. I don't know why. It's a good thing. I love it. So he says, if it's not a common thing that people dip, so if you come to dip the cookie, he says you don't have to wash your hands. Okay? The mirta de la shchicha hi la gazru barbanan. Something that's not common.
Your hands are not wet.
Doesn't matter. Once again, of course it is wet. What?
Yeah.
Well,
If
come
I'm
on.
dipping the
come on.
cookie in the
Don't be too modest. Come on, be the truth.
no.
I dip a cookie sometimes. My hand gets a little bit wet when I, enjoying myself too much. Okay, so that's what we're talking about. Okay. He says no. Rabbanan did not have a gzira on that because it's not something common. If people don't do it, so it's not a problem. Most people. So I guess in Russia, I think it's a Russian thing, no?
Yeah.
I think we saw movies, cartoons.
Soviet.
I remember right. They used
Here,
to.
Americans,
thing.
cookies with milk, they do it all the time.
I have an Ashkenaz friend who used to dip pickles in the tea.
Okay, pickles is not a problem. I'm talking about cookies right now. Pickles is wet anyway because of the fruit. Anything water there. But I'm saying cookies, people don't put water. Cookies don't put anybody water. But right now, Leo is reminding you something. They eat Oreos dipped in milk.
Yeah.
Also, maybe there is. So it is common then. So the Chayr is on. Maybe stand corrected. Number 6 is Matzliach. He has something to say about it. ובתשובות הגאונים כתבו שצריך נטילת ידיים. Oh, no. Here's Ish Matzliach says, no way. Today, since it's very common today, it looks like. People dip cookies. And let me know if it's not very common, but not everybody here, you don't know about it, you never heard about it. You never dipped a cookie in the milk?
I've done that.
Ah, so you did. So what are you saying you don't?
You said tea.
See,
I love you. I love this guy. There's a liquid. Any of those 7 liquids. Come on, remember them. Okay, so he says.
cookies in a whiskey, no?
I need to
Whiskey?
try. I need to try that.
Oh, that's
You should try. You know what? Take a vodka or whiskey. Johnny Walker Green. Green Davka. Number 1. Somebody has a cold. Number 1 green. Nothing else. Put aside there black pepper. A nice spoon of black pepper. Mix it up. Go to sleep. A lot of people tell me.
For a while.
To getting up
black
in the morning.
ground pepper.
Black ground pepper, yeah. A whole spoon, you put
I mean,
it
the
in,
pepper,
and you drink it up. You go to sleep. Tomorrow morning you wake up.
Red pepper for it to be spicy.
Come on, because they eat. You know what they eat over there? They make the knees. The first thing. That's the best medicine. What do you care about? Chash, yeah, it's called the knee of the cow. You boil it and soup.
It's basically a chamin.
That's how the way I told you. I woke up in the hospital 80 something pounds less. Literally, they didn't feed me for 48 days. And my wife brought me every day 3-4 of the challah soup. What do you call it? Chash. 3 times. Even on Shabbat, I had to go in warm it up for me. And drink it, and get back my strength little by little. They do it in the morning. Every morning in Kafkas. Kaha, with the garlic. Come on, let's
Not
go.
anymore.
What was like? You in America, maybe not anymore. Okay, go back over there and we'll talk about you.
But they didn't eat it every morning. It was a
Huh?
Shabbat thing. Sunday.
No, every morning before they go to work. What are you talking about? Okay. הטובל אצבעו במשקה ומוצץ את אין צריך נטילה. Oh, what about, he says like this. What about if you dipping yourself in, let's say you have a soup, this chash. It's very delicious, by the way. The knee, it's boiled. They make pachar of it, Ashkenazim, Amerikaim. Pachar, chaladetz. What do? You put your finger inside and you suck your finger.
The jelly from the.
Not just the jelly. He says if you dip your finger and you suck it because it's nice, enjoyable, לא צריך נטילה. You don't have to wash. Because on that we didn't gazru. It's not normal. Not many people do it. The la tiknu netilat yadayim לשתיית משכין because the Chachamim did not. It's like drinking. It's a
dip your hands in the.
No, why not? I would do it. Kidding me? You see the kids, they do it all the time. My kids, they take if they love something, the liquid, it drives me nuts. They will not take a spoon, which spoon is like a little bit bigger. Something bigger consumes faster, right? Yeah. So they will take a straw, the smallest straw they'll find, just to have that last longer, right? Yeah. So he says that because the Chachamim did not make a gzera on drinking. There you don't have to make Netilat Yadayim. Baruch Adonai Olam, amen v'amen. Thank you for joining. Bezat Hashem. Hopefully on Sunday, gentlemen, we will continue with Hashem's help again. Now maybe we're going to stay and say Zohar Gemara.